Good morning, YouTube family. Good afternoon and good evening, wherever you might be. I'm trying to get my camera set up here. Sorry about this. I'm a little bit, what's going on? There we go. There we go. Hey, good to see you guys hopping on. Good morning. So glad you're here. We have quite the topic for you today because we're heading into holiday season, right? Getting together with family, friends, maybe neighbors, maybe coworkers, right? On a social level. And we want to be prepared because there are narcissists around us. Last episode I talked about the psychopaths among us. It's a book written that I had read a couple of years ago, and there are narcissists among us, right? They are everywhere. And it's not to say everyone is a narcissist, but there's going to be one in your group, in your family, in your neighborhood, or at your office. So it's good to know, how do you keep control? How do you stay in control around a narcissist or several narcissists, in fact? So we're going to explore that topic today and get you prepared on how to be and stay in control around the narcissist. Good morning, John. Good to see you hopping on. Glad to see you here. And you guys, let me see, John, an update from you. Got an unexpected birthday present from her on Monday. Wow. Well, happy birthday, first of all. Glad that you made it another year, right? So happy birthday. I hope this next year will be your best to come. Yeah, they will keep doing this. And you know what I would chalk it up to is just enjoy it. Enjoy the compliment, enjoy the present, whatever it is. I had a friend who was telling me she was getting attention from someone that that she didn't really like, and she was kind of, I guess, not attracted. Let's just say that to this person. But I'm like, you know what? Just take it for the compliment that it is, and then leave it. Don't harp on it too long. Don't focus on it. Don't try to take any meaning out of it, or make it into something it's not, right? Don't make it bigger than it is. Although the narcissist, or those who did, excuse me, guys, even though it may mean more to the person who gave you the present or the narcissist who's trying to influence you, if we don't allow it to influence us, then we stay in control. All right? We don't need to give it more meaning than it deserves, or even more attention than it deserves, or more thought, right? It does not have to live rent free in our heads. So we don't need to do that. So, how to stay in control around narcissists. The reason I even got to that was I started thinking this morning about, who does it benefit, right? Stop and think about, who does it benefit when you are not in control? Who does it benefit when you are distracted? Or who does it benefit when you are divided from others that you love, right? When narcissists come in and they gossip and they divide you from the people that you know in the past have shown and proved their love for you, have taken care of you, and at the hardest times have been there for you at the worst of times. And the narcissist will come in and plant a seed of doubt so that they can separate you from those who care about you. Who does it benefit, right? So when you start to separate yourself, start to get angry at people because of gossip you heard from the narcissist, who is it really benefiting? It doesn't benefit you. It benefits the narcissist. So there are tactics that narcissists will use in order to manipulate you, control you, get you to do the things that they want you to do, or get you to focus on the things they want you to focus on, which then ultimately gets you to do the things they want you to do. So we have to stay in control by staying focused. You got that? So how do you stay focused? You got to stop and think about the things that lead you out of control. There, recently, I've been noticing like more anxiety sense of anxiety around me. And I've been noticing more anger, more fear, so more hatred, right? People are getting very riled up. And the main thing that's going around in media, let's say that, the corporate media, I look there quite a lot actually when I think about how people are behaving. Because people are going to behave the way they're guided. You guys, man, I'm going to be jumping all over the place today because there's this thing that I was watching several months ago. I think it was maybe even back in the summertime. But it's a Netflix series, not series, it's a Netflix original? I don't know, but it's on Netflix. It's called The Social Dilemma. And I was just recently watching the trailer for that. You guys, even if you don't watch the whole documentary, watch the trailer. It's called The Social Dilemma. And you probably can find it online, even if you don't have Netflix or, one of those movie things. So it's called The Social Dilemma. And what happens is the things that are able to reach you, so corporate media, entertainment, movies, pictures, commercials, video games, documentaries, not just that, search engines, social media, things that you think, well, I'm going to it and I'm pulling information in, or I'm making requests for information. So how can they be controlling me when I'm asking questions? Well, the answers that you get back is how they control you. So everything that's out there right now, if you're feeling like, wow, suddenly I feel this anxiety come over me, or I feel this intense hatred towards a certain group of people, or I feel extreme fear about something, stop and think about what has been entering your head. What have your eyes been looking at? What have your ears been listening to? And when you stop and think about that, when you identify that, you'll start to see what it is that's controlling you. So, narcissists do the same type of thing. They get into your life and they control the narrative in your life. They get you to focus or get distracted, really, but focus on the things that they're using to manipulate you. So they may use fear, they may use hatred, right? They may use doubt and jealousy. So they may want you separated or divided from the people who love you by using jealousy or anger, hatred, right? Or I wouldn't say fear, but probably doubt, right? They'll get you to doubt the people who love you. And you need to stop and think, who does it benefit if I feel this way, if I separate from those who love me? Who does it benefit if I get mad to the point of anger towards somebody? Who does it benefit if I am living in fear? If I shut people out of my life because I'm afraid? I'm not going to go into, the stuff that people are afraid of right now. But, I hear from time to time friends of mine, just about all my friends, definitely my inner circle, are awake. And they're aware of what not to fear. And we have lots of hope. We have lots of love. We have lots of mercy and grace towards the people who are hateful towards us and are fearful, by the way. So I feel amazing when I'm around my inner circle. Sadly, we go out and we have other people in our lives, right? Our outer circles. And we observe the fear. We observe the delusion that others are in because they're being controlled by the social media. And when you say social media, it's not just like, oh, my friends are all controlling me. No, it's not even your friends controlling you. It's that your friends are being controlled. All right? Those who set up the media, those who set up the corporate media, those who set up even financially produce, right? Support and produce video games and movies and all this junk that you watch. If you've been around at all for, a few years, cognizant that is, right, as an adult or even a young adult or maybe an older teen, and maybe some young teens have caught on to this, and even younger people, kids, if they have parents who help them think and pay attention, they will have noticed over a period of 4 or 5 years. And most of us kind of have seen things 10 years or more, how the messages have evolved. Okay? If messages have evolved, it's not because people are evolving, it's because the people controlling the messages are changing the message. That's why politicians, if you watch them, will flip and flop all over the place, depending on who their audience is, right? So it's and then what was I watching? Oh, I was watching this interview. It was kind of an interview, but not an interview. It's a presentation where they had Glenn Greenwald come onto the stage and give a brief, well, I call it brief presentation. I think his presentation was about 20 minutes. And then the host of the event, I guess, was only maybe 40 minutes total, maybe 45, possibly 50, I don't remember. But the subject was Edward Snowden, right? And Glenn Greenwald was and I don't know the whole story. I really haven't followed the Snowden whole event thing. I have an understanding, a gist of what's going on. But if you guys don't know, I guess just look it up. But here's the deal. Whatever you look up, it's going to be slanted. Whatever you Google, it's going to be slanted. So you need to go to a different search engine or several different search engines, possibly newer ones, I would say, because the more established ones, the establishment search engines, are going to have a certain slant. So anyway, I'm watching this event, and Glenn Greenwald comes up and he talks about what happened with Edward Snowden and how they got the information and how scary it really was for the both of them. The amount of information they had in front of them and the kind of information they had to expose the corruption that was going on in our government, right? Our government was lying totally lying to us about how much they were interfering in our lives and how much data they were collecting about us. So, and how much they were sharing back and forth even. Snowden opened up a discussion. He made it possible for us to even have this discussion and even maybe this topic today and insight to this topic today. But you go into the comments section and people are distracted. People start arguing about whether what he did was legal or illegal, whether what he did in exposing the corruption of the government was safe or unsafe, whether it broke or it harmed national security or didn't harm national security, right? So the distraction becomes this new and different argument. Who benefits from that? You have to ask yourself, who benefits if you don't stop and look at what was exposed, the corruption that was exposed? If you don't focus on the corruption, but then you're focused on instead the messenger. Who is this messenger? Why are they telling us? What they told us, is it good? Is it good that they told us? Is it bad that they told us? Not even what they told us, but the fact that they even told us. Should they have told us? If you're focused on the messenger and not the information that they uncovered, that they revealed, who benefits from that? The corrupt, the narcissists, the psychopaths. They're the ones who benefit. So when you are around narcissists and you start to feel yourself getting angry, start to feel yourself, your heart start beating faster, you're feeling out of control. You're starting to argue, and you're not even arguing about the main issue. You're now arguing about side issues, and the relevance of it, or whether it was good or bad. And now you're on this incredible, ridiculous tangent where others are trying to get you guys to calm down and stop arguing. Who is it benefiting? Ask yourself that. Who is it benefiting? It's not benefiting you, okay? You might think, well, if I keep arguing and others see that I have the right argument and I'm, my point of view is correct, then I come out on top. But here's the deal. What point of view? Now you're not even talking about their main issue. You're talking about some side issues. And nobody even cares about the side issues of when someone brought something up. Was it at the right time? Did they use the right tone? Did they give you all the information they should have given you? Were they in the right place when they told you? Who else was able to hear when they told you? All of that is side issues, by the way. If they get you on this tangent arguing about those things, who does it benefit? It doesn't benefit you. I'll tell you that right now. It doesn't expose any truth. All it does, it takes you down this rabbit hole of opinions. Opinions. And when it comes to opinions, it doesn't matter. I mean, nobody is right. Someone can say, well, the tone you used. Well, who the heck is right on that, right? Somebody might feel completely justified in the tone that they used. Another person might say, well, the tone you used was disrespectful, so therefore you were wrong. But then the person who used the tone might feel, well, they were justified to use that tone because the other person was disrespectful to start with. You see how that goes, this rabbit hole of circular arguing? This is what narcissists will do. When I was watching that video with Glenn Greenwald, and I went into the comment section, I saw comments that were just so far off and yet related, right? They were talking about whether what Snowden did was good or bad, whether what he did was legal or illegal, whether there were whistleblower laws in place that would protect him or maybe not protect him, because there's evidence now that shows that these whistleblower laws do not protect you. And there are ways that they get around those laws. So this interview, it talked about some of that, like how he couldn't have just taken it to Congress, right? Another one was, well, he should have taken to a different venue. He shouldn't have just given it to a reporter. He should have, all these should haves distracts them from the actual information, distracts them from the corruption that was revealed, you guys, right? When there's corruption that was revealed, why would you argue about how it was revealed? Or even who revealed it? Should you not look at least at what the heck is in front of you? I kind of think about, say you go out in the field or maybe in your backyard, okay? And you're digging around because you're wanting to plant a tree. So you're digging a rather large hole. And you find this big old rock of gold, right? This big old stone that's just a big old gold stone. And you're like, what the heck? This is incredible. So you run inside and your family's there for Christmas, right? Let's just say. And you have them come outside and take a look and they're looking at it. Well, then your parent might say, what the heck were you doing out here digging this hole? Why are you digging up my yard? Or our yard, right? Or it could be your sister or your, did you use my shovel to do this? I didn't tell you you could use my shovel. Why did you use my shovel? And another person might say, well, what were you even doing out here in the first place? Were you trying to avoid us? Were you not wanting to eat with us? Is that why you were out here? Meanwhile, in this hole, you've just discovered enough gold that would set your whole family free, right? That financially, that would take care of all your financial problems. But all you're getting is this distraction from the family about why the heck were you there? Why were you doing this? Get out of here. we don't want you around the family at this time anymore. Leave. Once they get you out of there, who does it benefit? Let me ask you that. Who does it benefit? It benefits the people who are left to then cover the gold back up, because maybe they're the ones who hid it there and they didn't want anyone to know. Or two, they want to take it for themselves. You guys, when the actual focus, when the actual incident, the actual information, the actual truth is getting covered up or being distracted from, ask, who does it benefit? So you guys, when you are around your narcissist family or a narcissist in your family, and they go on these tangents and they start exaggerating about something, they start telling a story about themselves and how great they are or whatever it is, you don't need to follow that. You don't need to be pulled into these random and kind of crazy, nonsensical discussions that then turn into arguments, right? Just let them say what they want to say. Ignore it. Now, other people might be nice and say to them, oh, well, that's incredible. That's really wonderful. We're so happy for you. And you feel like, no, I need to set them straight. That didn't really happen. They didn't get the promotion. They didn't get the job. They're still waiting to see if they get the job. And here they are already touting as if they got the job, and all these family members are telling them how proud they are of them. No, you start feeling like this isn't right. This isn't fair. They shouldn't be able to do this. And then here's the deal. It doesn't matter. Not only does it not matter, here's the other side. The other family members are just trying to be nice. They may not even really know. They may not even really believe what the narcissist is saying. They're also aware, possibly, that the narcissist exaggerates, right? They know the track record of the narcissist. They just want to be encouraging. So just let them be encouraging and then smile and say, oh, that's great. And then let it be. And it actually will die down on its own. But if you get caught up in it and then you start putting the narcissist down, now the narcissist is going to look like the victim and you're going to look like the aggressor. Who does it benefit? Who does it benefit? It won't benefit you. I'll let you know that. So that's one way to avoid a situation like that. Don't get pulled in from jealousy, right? And I hate to say this, it's most likely jealousy that gets you pulled into a situation where the narcissist is bragging about something and you want to tell your family members it's not really there. It's not really true. Don't give into it. There's nothing to be jealous of. You already know that the narcissist is digging their own hole. The narcissist is getting into debt if they rented a brand new car, leased a new car, and they're falling farther and farther into financial trouble. It doesn't matter to you. You need to just let them brag as much as they want to brag. Let those who want to believe them, believe them. If they want your opinion, they'll ask your opinion. Here's the other thing. When you are engaged, say you guys do talk about something somewhat meaningful, right? Somewhat meaningful, even if it's a football game. And you're discussing what's good about this team or what's bad about that team. And the narcissist goes off on tangents and talks about, instead of talking about skill, they're talking about personality. It's like, well, I'm just talking about skill. I think this team is really skilled. I think this player is the best player because of their stats. But then the narcissist wants to talk about their character or what they did to their ex-wife or how negligent they were with their children. And it's like, okay, this is maybe not a good person, but they're very skilled. And I'm just talking about this. That's why I think this team is really awesome. And we're just talking about rankings as far as skill. So keep the narcissist focused on what the conversation is on what the topic or what the issue is, right? And if the narcissist doesn't want to and they go off on these tangents, here's the deal. You don't have to go on those tangents with them. You don't have to continue on and argue with them on those tangential topics. You can just let it die down. Let them say what they want to say and ignore it. The rest of the people around you will also ignore it. Because, first of all, they weren't even in the conversation to begin with. They're not really interested. And now it's on to a tangent that they're even less interested on or about. So let the narcissist do their thing and go off on these tangents, because what they're trying to do is distract, and they're trying to take control of the conversation, and they're trying to sound like they're the smarter person because they have all these opinions. So just let them do it. And they may walk off thinking that they had the better of you and they showed up better in that conversation. But what really happens is that everybody else is watching this and watching watching the narcissist comments go unanswered. And then people are like, okay, well, they don't have more respect for that. They actually have less respect for it. So these are lessons that I have learned, by the way, on my own. So I just want to pass them on to you. Always ask yourself, who benefits from this? Well, you guys, let me see. Oh, hey, Obi, good to see you hopping on. And Cher Slays, good to see you. And Jihad, good to see you. Cher says, good morning. I am so calm and unresponsive to all of the jabs the narcs I deal with till they think I'm the one with a mental illness. It's so laughable. Wow. Actually, it doesn't show that, it doesn't show mental illness. It actually shows mental strength to be able to take the kinds of jabs that they give you, right? And not respond to it and keep your calm. Oh, wow. Good job, Obi. I hope so. It says, my narc might have gotten me filthy rich by playing stupid games that won the narc stupid prizes. And my narc will have to pay what I made. Oh, good. Wow. Obi says, my child's almost 18 and old enough to understand what's going on. Wow. Oh, okay. That would be great. Obi says, you're ready and gladly to explain what happened legally. Excellent. I will look forward to that. So you guys, I wanted to tell you that what you will find with narcissists are counterattacks and counter accusations, projection, which then leads to gaslighting. So this is what I saw in the comments section of that Glenn Greenwald presentation. It wasn't quite an interview because no one was asking him questions. Well, actually, they were asking at the end some questions. But he was presenting the information around what happened with Snowden. So in the comments section, though, what you will encounter are they may not be full-blown narcissists. They may just be people who are arrogant and thinking that they are so highly educated, they're going to argue some issue that has nothing to do with the corruption that was unveiled, right? They refuse to even talk about the corruption that was unveiled. And they refuse to even see how that would affect society, us, our government, everything, our life moving forward. And this was an interview that was done 6 years ago, right? 6 years ago, you guys. So much more has been revealed since that came out. So much more has been revealed about what goes on behind the scenes and with the establishment and corruption so deep in the public sector, right? In the, I don't even know, yeah, I guess you would call it government public sector, right? So instead of talking about that, these intellectuals, if you will, self-proclaimed intellectuals. So to me, they are narcissistic. will start arguing the legality of this information that came, not the information itself, but how it came out. I'm like, okay, you can argue that. And then I followed this one comment thread. I don't know how many comments back and forth, probably 10 that these two were having. And one was trying to point out, and it turns out, you guys, it's opinion. Everything that you want to argue, not everything, so many things that you want to argue is based on opinion and not even fact. And the intellectual wanted to prove their opinion by stating certain laws, but what they neglected to understand is that people get away with breaking the law. And not just people, government. Government gets away with it. This is what we've seen in the last 6 years, you guys, right? We have seen how things are thwarted. We have seen how people get away with breaking the law. We have seen that there is an elite government class that does not get prosecuted, right? It does not get touched. It does not get investigated. They don't even have to show up when they're subpoenaed, right? Like who is allowed that luxury? So, or even called on when they lie, when they commit perjury. Like this is absolute, you see the perjury happening. You see afterwards that the person, everybody, I don't even know how to put it, like the person pretty much admits like what they said was not what they meant, right? But that's what they said. It doesn't matter what you meant. This is what you said. Yes or no. I said no, but I meant yes. Well, it's pretty clear when there, is this true? No, it's not true. Yes, it is true. I didn't mean that it was you to believe and twist things around and then focus on something that wasn't even the issue. It's absolutely crazy. And this is why I call it gaslighting. Because the projection, the counterattack will be based on something tangential to the issue. And then there will be a counter accusation. Well, what about how you said it? Like that's not the point. The point is what was revealed. The point was I found this horrible thing, this horrible corruption going on. Can we talk about that? No. We're not going to talk about the corruption. We're not going to talk about the fact that the narcissist was caught in a lie, right? We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about even the lie that the narcissist said. We're going to talk about how the narcissist was called out on that lie. Was it pleasant for everybody? Was it at the appropriate time? Was it by the appropriate people? So they're going to focus on everything and counterattack with that. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Not a member of the harem. Thank you. You're so welcome. Ooh, jeez, Obi. That must be I don't know what that was. Was that in a movie? That's weird. So, that's weird. I'm looking at something. I'm sorry. I was just trying to see what it is you're talking about, Obi. All right. So, the narcissist is going to try these counterattacks, try to distract from what the real issue is. And you guys, I want to tell you that there are things that will get you riled up. If you are feeling that your emotions are getting riled up, you're not in control anymore, right? You need to step back. You need to even and it's okay if you're already riled up and now you're like, now what do I do? It's okay to extract yourself. It's okay to walk out of the room, not in a huff and not slamming doors, not cursing or saying things under your breath. Just walk through, what plant? Well, that leaf right there, it's not, yeah, I think you're not seeing it right, Obi. I'm not even seeing it as upside down. It looks like a plus sign to me. So, sorry, you guys are getting distracted there. it's okay for you to leave the room. It's okay for you to go take a walk around the block, and then you come back, and it's okay also for you to say a prayer with some people and say, if your family is Christian or whatever religion they might be, to say, can we just pray for peace in our family gathering right now? Because we came together to try to have a good time. And that's what I want. This is you taking back control. This is how you get control back from a narcissist. And the narcissist might be the one then to storm out, to say, well, they can't have any peace as long as you are this or that or whatever, as long as you won't talk about whatever topic they're talking about. They can say that, but it doesn't matter. You just let them do it. And they're the ones who are going to show themselves to be the crazy ones. They're the ones who are going to show themselves to be the oppressor, the angry ones, the ones that are out of control. And you need to stay in complete control. Here's the thing. When the narcissist sees that you're out of control, it almost gives them a calm. It almost makes them more calm watching you get out of control. So when you stop and think about, who does it benefit when you're out of control? It benefits the narcissist, because you are proving to the audience, whoever that audience might be. It could be your neighbors at a neighborhood party. It could be your co-workers at an office party. It could be your family at the family gathering. Who is it benefiting? It's not benefiting you. It's going to make you look like the one who's off your rocker, and the narcissist sits back and lets you kind of dig your own grave. And you don't want to do that. So you need to be the one to calm down. Exactly, drama. That's why they like drama and chaos. Thank you. Not a member of the harem. Yes, exactly. When there's intense drama around them, first of all, they get you looking bad. Second of all, they may get you fighting other people who are actually on your side, right? They may actually get you defensive to the point where now you're going to be insulting those around you who love you, who actually are on your side, who can see that the narcissist is a jerk, but they're not going to stand up and make a big scene about it, because they're trying to just have a good family time, right? They're trying to be encouraging. They're just trying to not bring this to that level. So we have to also not allow it to get to this level that the narcissist wants. Well, you guys, I'm trying to see. There's so much that I want to talk about, but I hope I don't lose you over this. There are two emotional motivators I want to talk to you about, okay? Before you even go to your family gathering, there are two emotional motivators, and those are hate and fear, right? And these are motivators in a bad way, that control you in a way that you will regret later on. Hate and fear. So don't go into the family gathering with hate or fear, like hate of the narcissist or fear that things aren't going to go well, right? Don't go into it with that attitude. You have to go into your gathering, into the party, into the Christmas day with love, right? Just, I'm going to love on people. I'm going to be kind. I want to be able to laugh with my family. So think about the things that you can do together that will be fun, that will bring out a lot of joy and a lot of laughter. And you may even want to write a little note card to remind yourself, or put it on your phone and your notes in your phone, and take that with you and remind yourself. And it'll help center you. It will help you focus back on the good that you wanted to bring to the gathering and not the bad. If you walk in there with hate or fear, think about, who will that benefit? Who will it benefit if you walk into the family gathering with hate in your heart, even towards one of the family members? It's not going to benefit you, okay? This is why forgiveness or being able to let things go is really important. And I'm not saying that you don't find justice or compensation somehow. It's just that there there's a time where you might get set up to lose your composure, and you don't want to do that. You want to be able to stay in control and not allow your feelings to take control of you. So the two feelings that have, I think, the most control over a person, and it's very the two bad feelings that have control over people is hate and fear. Now, a really good feeling that also has control over people that can delude them is love, right? Narcissists know this. And love is a really good thing. It really is. But displaced love is not going to be useful or helpful for you because it can be delusional. And narcissists know that too. That's why we have this innate, deep need for love. And narcissists know that. So they will come in and do the love bombing, do the, complete attention on you and just surround you with comfort and love and attention. And meanwhile, you're thinking, well, if someone's doing this for you, they must love you. And you start to build this bond with them, this connection with them. And that is a very strong bond and connection. But here's the deal. You do not want to delude yourself into trusting someone like a narcissist, right? Who is using that to control you. Now, the other thing that will closely come in almost immediately will be hate and fear, jealousy, because they're going to start using these emotions, start evoking these emotions inside of you to control you. And once they start to do that, they will be able to manipulate you because fear, hate, jealousy, anger, all of that is distracting from the truth. I want to explain how, because when your emotions are into fear, hate, you're on this fight or flight mode, right? But what happens is you become oversensitized to very small things. And fight and flight mode is good for a moment, like for that instance, but it's not good for a period of time, over hours or over periods of days and weeks and months and years. And if you allow the narcissist and the media and those who control what you see and what you hear, if you allow those things to come into your life and evoke these feelings of hate and fear, you are being manipulated. You have to ask, who does it benefit if I'm fearing? Who does it benefit if I'm being hateful? Who does it benefit? It doesn't benefit you. Now there is you want to listen to your gut. If you're feeling fearful of something because it says danger, you must move away from this danger. Do it for that moment. Absolutely. Absolutely. Get yourself into someplace safe. But then investigate. What was it that you were fearful of? Is it really something to fear, or was it something in your imagination, right? There was, I was at church this week, last weekend. Yeah, what day are we on? Thursday now, right? And one of the stories that the pastor shared with us was about when he was a young boy, and he used to be afraid, right? He used to be afraid, and he would come into his parents' room and sleep on their floor because he was too afraid to stay in his own room because he was imagining monsters in his room. That's the same kind of thing. Like it doesn't benefit him. Does it benefit him to be afraid? Did it benefit him to sleep on the floor in his parents' room? Or would it have benefited him better if he were able to see that what he was afraid of wasn't real, and he could have slept in his own bed comfortably and warm, right? And stayed warm through the night. The message went on to something else spiritual, and I can share that with you guys if you want. But the main thing is we have to look at what we are fearing. Is it real, or is it being told to us? Like when you watch a scary movie, I don't know about you, but well, first of all, I hate scary movies. I hate horror movies. Even suspense movies, they're okay, but I don't need that kind of suspense or that type of feeling in my life. I feel alive already, so I don't need to feel more intense feelings that are negative. I love good, intense feelings. So I'm at the point in my life now where I'm filling myself with good, intense feelings rather than the negative, intense feelings. But when you're watching a horror movie and your mind starts playing tricks on you, right? A door's creaking, the wind is pushing a branch against your window. You start to be highly sensitized to sounds, right? And you start imagining you looking around corners and there's nothing there to see and it's dark. And you just start imagining that in the darkness there must be something. What if there's this, monster in that darkness? This is all created in a way to control you. And whether those who created this movie realize and are trying to control you in that moment or not, it doesn't matter. You are being controlled. You are no longer the one in control. So no matter what feelings of negativity that the narcissist is evoking inside of you, you get to choose whether that feeling takes over you or whether you let that feeling slide. Let it go. Put it to the side. It's almost like you're juking it right on the field and it goes to tackle you, but since you juke to the other side or any side, opposite, or to the left or right, it will miss you. It will tackle air and you get to continue walking past. That is the point at which you are in control. You need to be able to learn how to not just learn, and the learning is practice. Just keep practicing this and reward yourself and be very happy and glad and proud of yourself when you come out of an interaction with a narcissist and you didn't get mad and you didn't have an argument on stupid tangential issues that don't matter, even though the narcissist tried to provoke you, even though the narcissist tried to reel you in with bait. You avoided it. You ignored it. You let it go. Oh, thank you, child of God. I appreciate that. So when you do that, just think in your mind, you're going to juke this attack. You're going to jump to the right. You're going to jump to the left. And they're going to be like, what the heck? How did it not land? How are you not smothered? How are you not knocked down? You leave the narcissist absolutely frustrated. And here's the deal. And if they get more frustrated and it only makes them escalate, that's when you leave. That's when you walk out the door. That's when you leave the room. When you go to the kitchen, start washing dishes, do something positive. Do something helpful. Be a blessing to somebody else in that house, right? Go wash their car, right? Go outside and start washing a car. Vacuum it out. Start clearing out the party dirty dishes and cups, Start organizing. You don't have to engage when the narcissist is trying to get you escalated, because you don't need to get yourself into this frenzy of hate, fear, jealousy, or anger. These are all super negative, right? There's a time and a place for each of these feelings, but in a family gathering, that is not a time. That is not the time to do it. At an office meeting or party or anything, that is not the time to do it. At a neighborhood gathering, that is not the time to do it. So there are times that these feelings will protect you and warn you of danger, and that's a good thing. But when it's coming from a person and they're trying to engage, in an argument, you don't have to go there. You don't have to allow them to control you. And ask yourself, who is it benefiting? Who is it benefiting if I get into this argument with this person? It's not going to be beneficial to you. And in fact, you'll probably walk away from it with regret, right? Usually, if we allow anger to take over or frustration, we're going to regret it when we walk away. We're going to start to feel like, why did I get into that? And you didn't change anybody's minds. You didn't reveal the truth, even though you shouted the truth, right? It didn't land because people are shutting off. People are more focused on how uncomfortable they are rather than on what's being said. And another thing is, it didn't matter. The issue that the narcissist got you onto ultimately doesn't matter. So the way somebody said something, oh my gosh, you can apologize to your blue and it still won't be enough. It won't be enough. So why go into it, right? Let them believe what they want to believe. Walk away. Try. And then here's the deal. Remember, you made that list of good things, of things that will bring joy, maybe even a joke that you heard recently. You wrote it down and you want to share it with people. You want to share a game, bring games to a party that you can play, card games or board games or little tile games. Yeah, bring joy and life and goodness where you go. Then who does it benefit? Who does that benefit? It benefits you, but it benefits everybody around you. So wherever you go, bring life, bring joy, bring goodness. So you guys, that is my message to you today. Wow, interesting, Obi. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly. Says, I'd rather pay for a good positive comedy. Exactly. Me too. Like, I can watch some drama stuff for a while, but it's like, I have enough drama in my life. Why do I want to watch somebody else's drama, right? It is so annoying. But all of these TV shows are to manipulate you, are to get you to feel anger, to get you to feel hatred, maybe even get you to hate a certain group of people. So don't do that, right? Don't do that. Don't allow them to control you. And definitely, you guys, watch this show, even if you, like I said, even if you only watch the trailer, which is only, I think, like 40 seconds long. It's called The Social Dilemma. The Social Dilemma. Whether we believe it or not, we are being manipulated. Now, whether they can control you, how do you know? Watch yourself. And I've seen this too. I've noticed this. We are so easily suggestible. When I see somebody talk about, say, macaroni and cheese on TV, suddenly I start feeling a craving for carbs. Suddenly I want pasta, right? This is how easily manipulated we are. And those who control what we see and what we watch and what we hear and what we read are fully aware of this. They have psychologists working for them on how to manipulate the masses, you guys. This they know. And there may be a time when they thought, oh, this is great. We can get them to buy something that's not harmful, like they're just buying a box of cereal, right? So we're going to put this commercial out there, and they're going to go buy this box of cereal, and they think, well, that's good, that's not harmful. But once they realize how easily, the sales for this particular cereal goes out, up like crazy right after that commercial is aired, then they know, holy cow, we can control the masses for other things as well. We can control them on how they feel, on how they think, on what they decide is their moral compass, on what they decide will be their career, and this, or where they put all of their savings. This is how crazy it is, and how we are all being manipulated. So watch that show, The Social Dilemma. And Ask yourself, who does it benefit when you take an action or not take an action, right? Who does it benefit? Keep asking yourself that. And make sure that when you are taking action for something, that it benefits you, but also those around you, okay? And be careful of what you think is, right now, in Crazytown, I feel like we're in crazy world. What's good is bad, and what's bad is good. And when they preach to you that something really horrible is not that bad, then you need to start questioning, who is telling me this? And who does it benefit if I believe that evil is good? All right, you guys. The good news, let me leave you with that. The good news is you now have tools to stay in control. You now have questions to ask yourself, like who benefits from this? And why am I feeling anger or hatred? You identify the negative feelings. If you're feeling any of those negative feelings and it starts riling up in you, that's the good news. You now know that you've identified it. And now that you can identify it, you can get rid of it. You can thwart it. You can juke around, excuse me, you can juke around it. So do that, you guys. Take control of your holidays. Take control of this Christmas. Take control of any family gatherings you're having and enjoy yourself. Enjoy your family. Have lots of love, lots of laugh, and go into it without fear and without hatred, without anger. Go into it instead with joy, excitement, and love. Write that down if you have to on your hand. Joy, excitement, love. Okay? Write it down and focus on that. Do not get distracted, because if you get distracted from what's good, who does it benefit? All right, you guys. I'm going to leave you with that. Merry Christmas to all of you guys. I hope you have a wonderful week. I might or might not be able to do a Happy Crappy Hour next Thursday because I'm going to be traveling. We'll see. If I can take you with me where I am, I will do that. Maybe my husband will do that. Maybe we'll go to a place where I can just film on my phone. It won't be the clearest or best sound, but hopefully I can still be able to do that and connect with you guys before New Year's. So Merry Christmas to you guys. And if I don't see you by next Thursday, also have a happy and wonderful, safe New Year. Do not be afraid. Do not let fear take over you. I see too many people masked up with fear. Do not allow yourself to give into that fear. Have joy, have love, have strength. And if you're a Christian, have trust in God. All right? And even if you're not a Christian, I want to put this out to you guys. There is one person that I look to for truth, and the one person that I look to for calm in a storm of anxiety, and that's Jesus. You guys, there's nothing else that calms me down more than getting into scripture. And I know that there's a lot by the way, it's a whole lifelong walk. Doesn't come to me easily. I think some people it does. I don't know how or why, but for me it has been a lifelong adventure, understanding, fighting back, questioning, arguing back and forth with God, with scripture, with pastors, with other Christians. And I've gotten to the point where this is the thing that calms me down, because this is the truth inside of the storm of lies. Oh, I want to leave you with this one other thing that Ron Paul has said. Somebody told me Ron Paul said this, so I hope this is right. That truth is treason in the empire of lies. I'll say it again. Truth is treason in the empire of lies. So when you're telling the truth and people are knocking you down for it, recognize that you are in the empire of lies and you want to escape that. Get out of there. All right, you guys. Yes, Ovi. Yes. I'm doing the Bible in 1 year, by the way. I love it. I love it. It's on YouVersion. There's several different kinds of versions for it. So anyway, enjoy it. I hope you guys get closer to the truth Get settled on a firm foundation. That will bring you joy. That will bring you stability. That will always bring you back to centeredness, no matter what storm is going on around you. God bless you, and God bless those in your life. And I will see you next week.